This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got a lot to talk about. We talk about a decommitment from a receiver in the 2025 class, what that means for Michigan, plus the new preseason coaches poll, where Michigan comes in on that, as well as the latest news on the NCAA investigation and notice of allegations, as Paul Finebaum takes a shot at the NCAA, as many believe Michigan should not be worried at all and the punishments won't be severe at all. Plus we go inside Michigan football fall camp, what some Michigan football players are saying on the offensive line, Michigan's defense, and Colston Loveland saying he hasn't done anything yet. He's still got a lot to prove. With that, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. We got quite a bit to talk about today in this video, but the first thing I did want to talk about is the 3-star receiver Phillip Wright, as it has been reported that he has decommitted from Michigan. The Michigan insider Sam Webb first reported the news, and on X he said that I'm told Phillip Wright has decommitted from Michigan. He said could tell the young man was going back and forth when he was here, and he said in the end it sounds like he just wants to stay closer to home, which would be LSU. So it doesn't really suck to lose him. He was a speedy wide receiver, but you know, even in his commitment video that I made when he first committed, you know, I said that it was really going to be hard to keep Phillip Wright from flipping to LSU because they were making a really late push for him, and LSU does have a history and a pipeline to his high school, so it does suck to lose him, but it might get one more open spot for Michigan to land another receiver in the 2025 class. One they're currently expecting to commit soon is Andrew Marsh. They're also still going after the 5-star Jerome Miles, but that is the bad news of today's video, so we'll get that out of the way. Now, the new preseason coaches poll has been released, and Michigan did make it inside the top 10. They came in at number 8 as the list goes in order in the following: at number 1 Georgia, number 2 Ohio State, number 3 Oregon, number 4 Texas, number 5 Alabama, number 6 Ole Miss, number 7 Notre Dame, number 8 Michigan, number 9 Penn State, and number 10 Florida State. And it appears Michigan did get one first place vote, while Georgia got 46 first place votes. But Michigan inside the top 10, coming in at number 8. And obviously Texas at number 4 will be a top 10 matchup week 2 in college football. I'm sure all eyes will be on that game. Speaking of the Michigan-Texas game, Michigan is currently an underdog in that game, but I tell you what, them Wolverines have a chance to put the whole college football world on notice, and I really think with this defense they could definitely win that game. And shout out to the sponsor of this video, BetUS. They have all the odds you need this football preseason and regular season upcoming. We've already talked about them before on the channel. They will be powering this channel throughout the football season. Currently, BetUS is offering a 125% deposit match on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. And hey, might as well make a bet on the Michigan-Texas game. Michigan is also home for that game. They have not lost a home game since the 2020 season. But click the link below to get started. Check out BetUS. I would appreciate it. Only helps the channel here. But I do want to talk about now the latest on the NCAA investigation onto Michigan for the sign stealing. We talked about the leaked notice of allegations draft that ESPN obtained, showing more potentially facing a level 1 violation, and basically everything we talked about in that video yesterday is true. There is really, you know, as far as punishments wise, nothing really going to happen to Michigan. Most likely isn't going to be a postseason ban. Most likely no vacated wins. That is basically out of the equation, it appears. And according to Josh Pate, he even believes that the leaked notice of allegations was to stay ahead of the Connor Stalions Netflix documentary coming out, as that will be coming out, I believe, August 27th, and you better get your popcorn out for that one. It's gonna be a very interesting documentary. The trailer came out today, actually, and Stalions was seen in the trailer. He said, "If I'm a bad guy, then everyone in football is a bad guy." It'll be the first time that we hear Connor Stalions' side of things, but also regarding the notice of allegations that came out, or the draft of the notice of allegations that came out yesterday. Paul Finebaum and Pete Thamel were on Get Up on ESPN today, and even Paul Finebaum said that this is no big deal. He said that this is just a continuation of a long drawn out story that in many people's eyes is over, other than the NCAA. He also said that let's not forget the president of the NCAA, Charlie Baker, came out and said that Michigan won the national championship fair in Square, and he said that I remember that, and I think a lot of lawyers remember that if this case goes too far. And he also later said that, nobody respects the NCAA, nobody really cares about the NCAA, and he said there are a team of lawyers ready to drag this out and to threaten the NCAA if they dare do anything to Michigan other than a slap on the wrist, and that's coming from none other than Paul Finebaum. Pete Thamel has already came out and said that he doesn't even believe vacated games or postseason bans will happen to Michigan. So I'm sure this is some tough news for rival fans. They've been waiting for the hammer to come. They've been in denial over Michigan's recent success, but the hammer they've been talking about is just simply not going to happen. Maybe in their fairy tale world, but not in the reality. Also, Adam Schefter appeared on the Pat McAfee show, and he said that he just talked to Sharon Moore, and he says everything is all good, and he said I feel pretty good about what he said, and we'll see what happens here regarding the notice of allegations draft that was released yesterday. If you guys missed my video talking about it, make sure to go ahead and watch that as we broke it all down. So that's the latest on that. Really nothing to worry about for Michigan, and like we said in yesterday's video, all they are really going after Michigan for now is their non-cooperation with them and not the actual scheme itself, and they have really found no evidence linking anybody to Stalions, and the ESPN article yesterday just proved that. So let me know what you guys think about all of that. I did want to talk about what some Michigan football players have been saying about practices. Obviously, they started fall camp. Cornerback Will Johnson, he said that there has been an increased amount of music at practice that adds a little juice. Now, when Harbaugh was there really wasn't any music. Even Sharon Moore said that I'm sure the Chargers have found that out now, but Will Johnson said it's not a huge difference in terms of how the team works. Johnson also said that cornerback Jair Hill has taken the next step and he's become more reliable. He knows where to be and he's always around the ball. He also said that, we still got that chip on our shoulder just because the expectations for us aren't very high. We obviously see it all over the media. They don't think we'll be good this year, and we think differently. So that's all it is. An offensive lineman, Miles Hitton, confirmed that Michigan has had pads on for 2 practices so far. When he spoke to the media, he also believes that Michigan's first and second offensive lines last season could have started at most schools around the country, but he said the talk of rebuilding the line is overblown, and instead the key is building the cohesiveness. He said this year's group is all about finding our groove as an O-line. It's not really about, the skill's not there. It's just about, okay, how can these 5 guys work together to mesh and be a unit? But I did say the whole room is really close together, and I did say that I feel like there's still that skill level that was there, and he expects a minimal drop-off on the offensive line for Michigan this upcoming season, which is very nice to hear. Linebacker Ernest Hausman said the point of emphasis for the Michigan defense early in fall camp has been reaching the high standard that they set for themselves in the past, and obviously continuing that standard next season. Also, tight end Colston Loveland, obviously he's been getting a bunch of preseason All-American and other accolades ahead of the 2024 season, but he said, it's an honor, but he has a long way to go, and he hasn't peaked at all, he said. He said he has a lot to prove still and hasn't done anything. Also talking about the quarterback competition, he said, regardless of who wins the job, the team will still be Michigan football, and he has also been impressed with Michigan's offensive line thus far into fall camp. Let me know what you guys think about all of that. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Again, shout out to BetUS. This content is sponsored by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Obviously, please gamble responsibly. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.